Okay, this is a video response to Monoxide. LV, you've done it now. I don't know. I mean, seriously, as you can see up in front, it says Wrestling Politics. It's been around for a long time. I mean, wrestling politics have been around since the 80s, since earlier than that. And politics is a part of life, too. So, I mean, maybe as a kid, you get a little pissed off when things don't go your way or things aren't fair. And as fans, we have the right to be mad if a certain wrestler doesn't get their push or doesn't get their time in the spotlight. And quite frankly, I mean, really, would Triple H really be in this position if Stone Cold never got injured and when Stone Cold got ran over by a car? Would Triple H really be in this spot now? Probably, but probably wouldn't have gotten probably his push, because really Austin was hogging the spotlight as well. No, though I'm not saying Austin refused to put anybody over or anything like that. I'm not even going that way. I'm just saying politics is just a part of life. I mean, it's all over the place, and really, do we have the right to bitch? Sure, we have the right to bitch. But in my mind, I kind of accept the fact that that's the way it's going to be. Triple H is a very tremendously great athlete, wrestler, good on the mic, good on the stick, or whatever you want to call it. And quite frankly, he deserves to be where he is. And quite frankly, can you really blame the guy for refusing to put other people over? I mean, I know if I was in the same situation, I wouldn't want anyone in my spotlight. Or I wouldn't want, well, of course, I'm not really egotistic or anything like that, but maybe Triple H fears that if someone gets his spotlight or someone takes over in his place, that he'll be replaced and he's done. Now, granted, that probably would never happen, but I don't think I think Triple H throughout his entire career wants to be in the main event to prove that he is one of the best wrestlers of all time. And quite frankly, he is one of the greatest. Though 12 title reigns, whatever. I mean, I really don't care that he's won 12 titles, and one of them was bullshit to begin with, so really 11 titles. And the last one he had right before Batista won it was actually a pretty decent run, I thought. You know, he had some decent matches there. He vacated in it, and then he won the Elimination Chamber. And it was off a fluke, too. I mean, it wasn't like he buried anyone in the Elimination Chamber. I'm talking about the one where Batista was in, not the one, this most recent one. And it made sense. Triple H has had experience in Elimination Chambers, and that's why I think that's how they played it off when he beat Jeff Hardy in the Elimination Chamber. It made sense to me. It's his match. It's just like having somebody beat The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. It just doesn't make any sense. Granted, Batista did win, but it was off a disqualification, so that really didn't matter anyways. Or, I don't know, maybe Batista won. It doesn't matter. Batista walked out with the title. And that match, really, because of the disqualification... Oh, no, there wasn't a disqualification. There is no disqualification. Sorry, my bad. But the whole thing is, politics, it's really a part of life. It's a part of how things are. And wrestlers use politics all the time. I mean, TNA is a big prime example of it. The veterans are in the top spot. They don't want to give them up, and you cannot blame them for that. That's where you have to... That's where you don't point the finger at the wrestlers, you point it at management. They're the ones that are in charge. If Vince McMahon or whoever is in charge of booking the matches, or one that's the head chief, thinks that Triple H should be in the spotlight all the time, then that's his fault. Triple H is just going to go whatever he thinks is right. You know, he's going to go in his personal best interest. And I really don't blame the guy for that. Granted, I don't like the fact he buried Carlito or Umaga or, you know, the guys I like. But actually, I'll be honest, I really don't care for Carlito. But I do like Umaga, though. But as far as Triple H and the standpoint there, at that angle, you really got to look at it and say, well, I guess can't really blame him. If he's going to voice his opinion, no one's going to stand up to him. And I'm sure guys have stood up to him, and I think that might be why Jericho's not in the main event. But, you know, that's where management has to step up and take control. as some guys, like in a football game or a baseball game or a football game where guys are getting hit and knocked down and stuff and late hits are saying, that's when you start saying, ref, take fucking control, take control, management, take control. And I think that's probably the main reason why, if management would step in and say, hey look, Triple H, you're going to have a 10-month title reign and then you're going to lose the title cleanly to this guy, and if you don't, there'll be consequences. Because quite frankly, if Triple H leaves, WWE can do without him. He's a great heel wrestler, but the WWE can build stars whenever they fucking feel like it. They pretty much, it's like, here, Cena, he's your new champion, fucking deal with it. And we don't give a shit if you don't like it, because he's going to be there anyways. You're still going to buy our shit, and you're still going to watch our show. Because the smart wrestling fans, for some reason, can't stop watching this stuff. Even if they hate it, they'll still watch it. I don't consider myself I guess I would consider myself somewhat of a smart fan or whatever. I don't know. I'm on here, I guess. That's one thing. But I don't really even watch wrestling very often. I don't have the time to watch it. And quite frankly, I've been watching, going to live BCW events, which are really awesome, and I'll make another video on that one day. It's only in the Milwaukee, Waukesha area where I'm around. But seriously, politics is part of life. It's like say at work, some guys are going to get certain perks because they've been with the company for 10 years or something like that. You could be a hard-ass worker, work for the company for a year, not get the raise you wanted. The other guy will get the raise because he's been there longer than you. And they might overlook something he does compared to you. That's part of life. I've learned to accept that. And other people should learn to accept that too. As fans, I think, honestly, guys, just enjoy the show. They're out there to entertain you. And if your guy's not getting your push, oh well, you gotta deal with it, because that's the way life is. If every wrestler got a push, you have to have jobbers, you have to have mid-carders, and you have to have main eventers. It's just the part it is. Some guys and most guys will get their push off of injuries, and that's usually the only reason it happens. Quite frankly, Triple H got in the main event picture because of Austin's injury. I guess you could make the argument for The Rock too. For The Rock to be a face champion or a face star, he took over Austin's spotlight. So seriously, that's just how life is. And I just think maybe you guys should just learn to accept it. If I get hate comments, probably. I don't really care, because I'm not on here very often anyways. But my point is trying to say is that back to TNA, I scattered brain there. People accused Kurt Angle of politics. Kurt Angle's my favorite wrestler, for those who don't know, and I'm sure he's used. That's one of the probably some of the reasons why he left WWE, is because he was tired of the politics with him never been able to beat John Cena cleanly. Or sure, he's beaten John Cena, but it was never for the title and it never was clean. And I think and some wrestlers really got to stand up for themselves. Kurt Angle did. He left. He went to a company. He got his title run. He lost cleanly to Joe, and he's letting Joe take his time now. Granted, he had the title for 10 plus months or something like that, and a lot of wrestling fans bitched about it, that said he was the next Triple H. Well, he's not the next Triple H, guys. He'll put guys over. He's done it. Triple H won't put guys over, because that's just the way he is. This is Mad Dog 2001. I hope you guys somewhat enjoyed this. I'm out.